Okay, so of course my phone stopped charging. I guess my charger went out all of a sudden. But anyway, last night I was in the bed, um, you know, and I'd be arguing with the devil all the time. I'm not even arguing, because I don't argue with nobody. I be letting that motherfucker know. Don't nobody believe in that bullshit that you be talking about. Whatever the fuck you plans you got for my life ain't gonna ever fucking occur. This shit, when you have people trying to run around and do little stupid shit and online trying to do all this and that shit not gonna work either. Like, you're not bringing no misery into my life. Like, I'm not a miserable person. People will sit around and try to talk it up and talk and talk. That's the devil. Say this and say that and try to you getting information from the devil. Because I have never in my life been a miserable person. And I will never be a miserable person. You can tell whoever was trying to attack me, the white people, where it started at on my job, but they was operating under the devil too. But that was people that was in the CIA. That's who the CIA is. That's who the CIA protects. If you think that CIA is ever protecting a black person, that's a fucking lie. Unless that black person is doing the same thing those white people do, because that is a white supremacy organization. It'll start they might have had people that was in it that was trying to help black people, but it's the way it works. It's always to benefit white people, because that's who created it. It wasn't created to help nobody black. That was created to practice demonization, so they can go around and do stuff in secret to people where people would not find out about it, and then go take whatever spirits they was using, go put it back where it came from. I saw all the stuff. I saw how it all operated. Because I was sitting in my house, going through, after you go through witchcraft and sorcery for so long, and they work it all throughout the world, and they start controlling people, where they have people having it where people trying to practice masonry every fucking where you go. So they can control stuff everywhere you go. That's all masonry is used, to try to control people and control what goes on in the world. If you get rid of masonry, you see life as it was before we start seeing all these people dying. But you can't tell ignorant people that, or you can't tell people that think they know everything that. When where I grew up at, they weren't practicing no masonry. Like, where you weren't seeing that everywhere, and people was constantly, everybody and their mama practice. It was unheard of. I never knew what it was. You saw justice. You never seen people getting ganged up on and lying and all that. And warfare. Ain't nobody even really know what that was. I mean, you might have known the devil was trying to come against you, but you ain't see it on the sorcery level. You ain't see it where it was trying to make a person lose jobs or have, that's all it is trying to control the people around you. To make it get in people around you. So you'll have people, like I said, I was, saying, the stuff that I be saying, and it's funny when you say it, because I be sitting there, the devil thinks he is clever. So you think by me telling you, you have, and people that's in Illuminati, that this is what they work on, this is, and the CIA, like, that's gone back to me, and, they try to say they working for God. No, you're not. You working for man, because if you took direction from God, it wouldn't be used for Satanism, and it wouldn't be used against God's people, and it wouldn't be used against God's prophet. If whatever you're doing is used against one prophet of God, that is a true prophet, that's Satanist practices. And you can see, like I said, the star. If you look at that for the CIA, that's a demonic Luciferian light. That's not like a regular star. This is the stuff I know. You don't think I know it because you think you know Monica. Because I had to cuss people the fuck out. Because the warfare that I go through is a whole lot. Because I have a whole lot I should be telling people, but it's a whole lot on the outside trying to make people, especially is oh my gosh. If there was no masonry and no Illuminati, you will be able to take in everything, because your mind wouldn't be controlled so much by the devil to where you believe the lies of the devil and don't believe the truth of God, or the people who are speaking for God or speaking about God. You wouldn't be passing judgment because you feel like you can sense the spirit of God. People that are of God that's going through what you should be fucking cussing, because you know exactly who the fuck the devil is. It ain't many people that can say that. And then people try to make it seem like, oh, her life is horrible. I wouldn't want to be like that's people that was working for the devil too. And they have people who try to sign up. Oh, I'm gonna be in the CIA so I can get out. So the Illuminati won't bother me. So I do stuff to attack her. Them baby mamas was doing it. I don't give a fuck. If you know you doing some shit and you talking about you can't ever help a person without knowing a person. I don't know. And you online trying to talk. If you trying to do something to a person you don't know anything, you haven't spoken to them, and you trying to say you serve God, like you sat and read a Bible and to decipher, to take out of it within your spirit, you say I'm a learn how to serve God, how to serve people, how to help this world get rid of the devil and practices of the devil. If you sit and do that, what you should be doing if you say you serve a God and you actually talking about you trying to do God's work, you know how you are supposed to approach anything. Prophets will say, well, I need to go talk to God. I never say that because I don't actually talk to God. Like, I never hear God outright speak a voice. I have never heard that before in my life. I sense it in my spirit. What to do, and it's always been right, but I don't have no psychic, like, oh, I'm sitting here and then God told me to go tell this, like sometimes that might happen, but I don't like to be able to tell somebody what's going to happen to them. But I told people what was going to happen in this country. Like I told my mom, I told my sister, I knew, and I was praying. I remember that stuff that happened to me in 2016, and that's a fake cry. I can't stand the devil. That's why you have to be careful when you see people crying and you see, like, I'm not demonic at all, but sometimes the devil will try to act like he's working for God. Ain't no need for no fake tears. Ain't no need for no fake emotions. I don't have no reason to be crying right now. I'm not experiencing any sadness. That's how I know. That's how the CIA works. You can see somebody like tears coming out. They work on people's brains so much. They learn how to use witchcraft to try to control what you see, you think is a true emotion, and it's not. So anyway, like I was saying, whenever the stuff was happening to me, I think I woke up one night. I was sitting here. I'm gonna go back. I was sitting here saying that, do you know I have people that's around me? I have a neighbor that's around me. For me to be going through warfare, and if I'm praying and if I'm speaking against the devil, I had people trying to take their phone, and it's crazy because the night that they did it, I heard, like, if you ever hear a person go up against the wall, like, you know how the beds, you live in an apartment, you should not hear it through the walls like that. People talking, you should not hear that. If it's loud, very loud music, you probably can hear that. But people talking, you can hear people arguing, but it never don't be that loud where you can't sleep. And I grew up in an apartment complex, so yeah. But anyway, and I'm talking like I'm talking right now. And sometimes it do get louder, but not... And people who know that people that pray really loud, because I used to do a lot back in the day. I don't really get into it like that like I used to, because the devil be around and he'll try to make it seem like the prayers are for him, because the last couple of years in this world, like, stuff that people thought was coming from God was actually coming from the devil. Like, you weren't hearing from no God, you was hearing from the devil, especially if it was lies about specific people. That's why I say, before you believe something, you got to really... even though I know I'm prophetic, I get evidence of it besides what God told me the first time. I have to do that, because before I come out and say something about somebody, I don't do it before I know to avoid or not believe something from a person, or not let a person, whatever they're trying to do, affect me. Because I learned in 2016, listen to God the first time when he tell you to get away from this person's not for you. Yes, that person is two-faced. I didn't know it was a devil working through them, but I know they were telling me lies and telling, like, pretending to be a friend to me and telling people something else, and then making it seem like it was me. You ain't even talk to me. I ain't had no reason. You ain't even thinking what I'm posting is about you. What you posting is about me, and what you've been talking about me behind my back and believing stuff and trying to say I'm fake. You working. I mean, they were working for the devil on a main source. And it's so crazy, because when you do go through like CIA stuff and you learn, like, where they be controlling people, and it be the devil. Like, I don't know if you know, if like Drake came out with that song, Controller. Like, I need a witness. I don't know. You need to listen to the words of that song. When that song came out, I don't know if it was 2014, 2016, 2015, 2013. I don't know. Whatever year it came out. I remember I was in a car and it was heavy witchcraft. I had never experienced witchcraft. That's one of the first times. Well, I was on a job and I started, that's when a little bit of the stuff had, you start seeing stuff trying to make you have accidents to when you see stuff that don't look right, or you see like stuff on it, I don't know. I just started, like I said, I started seeing stuff I never thought I would see. But that was the first time I really felt witchcraft, where it was like, you know how something's like on the Get Out movie, like the lady was stirring the stuff and it was a hypnosis. It was like my head, like something was just making me sick. Like, I remember being in the car and it was on. It was like, it's just making me feel bad. Like they use energy. And other stuff too. Like anything around you, like electricity can be used. And a prophet would definitely tell you that. Like anything like that, like electric cars can fully be controlled by the devil. I went somewhere and I witnessed that before. You never believe it, but I did. It happened here before in Charlotte too, but let me see, was it completely? Where it can be completely? Yeah, it was here in Charlotte too. But really, like I went to where the CIA exists. You see things. That's the kingdom of darkness. But like, you have to be careful when you say that, because like, I went through people, like they threw everything at me, so it would just be me left and nobody. Like everybody would turn against me, or not everybody, but majority of people were. They could use everybody against me because they're trying to strip you of your soul. They're trying to completely strip you of your soul so somebody else can take possession of it or use it for the devil. And you ever hear, like, I never knew what a destiny swap was, but it's not even a destiny. It's because they they want your destiny, but they want your power. They want your prophetic gift. They want to use it. Everything that's from God, use it for evil. That's how these people. That's how it has gotten so strong, because they was doing this for so long. Like, we didn't know. We was watching TV. They was using the TV, like that stuff. You know, they had psychologists that worked for the television companies for years that targeted doing certain, you learn certain colors for advertising and stuff like that. That's the stuff that's not witchcraft. I mean, not witchcraft, but it's trying to control your habit of spending. If you ever learned that, I know those people that went to school for marketing, you know that. But they used it for other, like, that's the little soft stuff that's supposed to be harmless. I just want your money. I want you to come spend. They don't even do that really that much on TV anymore, because they got what they wanted. Like, TV was a main source of it. But anyway, I had somebody, they'll be knock on the wall. I'm in here now. If you praying or you talking shit to the devil, or that's what I call it. I don't even care how those people that swear they so churchy into churches, like, because you're not on that level. That's why you don't understand. But I remember seeing like one of my pastors that really knew what I was going through and could tell me. Everybody can't do that. Like, some pastors, I remember one time I got on the phone with a prophet that was from E-Town, and she acted like I had done something when it first happened. And I mean, I was going through sorcery and witchcraft, and it was bad, like really attacking me, really bad, to where you scared and you don't know what's going on. And instead of, being able to tell me, they try to act like it was me. I hadn't done a damn thing to anybody. People had did stuff to me. That's how you know it's masonry. It all works together against God and against you. And it'll pose and say it's for God. No, it's not. It's for Satan. I told you, at the top of masonry is Freemasonry. Freemasonry is the devil. If you watch that movie, Nope, that's Freemasonry. If you, it's lately like all these places. If you've been watching movies, you've been seeing Satanism because they've been putting it all over the TV. I can't even sit sometimes and watch anything. Especially like I tried to watch HBO movies one night. Everything that I had learned about the devil, I had no choice because it was they turned the entire kingdom of darkness against me and my family. Like try to attack you, and they're gonna get your kids too. My child started getting jumped, robbed. I ain't ever had none of that stuff going on. I had my family where I went to school, went to college, got my child, and then you be careful when I'm saying this. I'm not. Well, I'm just going to let you see what happens because you can hear when people talk about take what you saying and only hear something negative from it or only trying to, well, I she think just because she, because I used to hear people say, I never in my life thought like this. This is how I know I got God in my spirit. Well, why she think because she moved into a better neighborhood and try to keep her kids away from certain things, try to keep them away in a good environment. Like your kids is gonna have a better life, like y'all was gonna be too good to be going through anything, but my kids was never going through that, because that's whenever you had decided to have kids, you take on a responsibility. I want my kids to live a better life than me, so you try to get them everything you never had in an environment you never had. I grew up in the projects. I was around a lot of stuff. I grew up way too early. My kids one of them grew up way too early, and he's the darker one. Charlotte is racist. He was a target. They'll have, and it's so bad to where I had to learn, like living in certain neighborhoods, like if it's a mixed neighborhood, you don't know if masonry is going on in your neighborhood, but it'll be stuff around trying to watch you in your homes. And if you understand Satanism, you understand that's like, if you remember, like, I'm going to do the basic thing, like old little cartoons or watching you in the globe. What is that old cartoon movie, like, with the witches, I can see you, so I'm not crazy, you stupid. I know it's people that think like that, you don't use your brain. But where they sitting there and they trying to see people, use witchcraft to see people. So you can, that's psychic powers, but they use that. The CIA, they use that in masonry. They use it in the CIA too. People that have it within them, but it's not like when I say the CIA, it's not like it's the U.S. government, CIA. Now that you can click on it, but it came from that. The stuff that they learned and researched for years, and they let racist people get a hold of it. It's stuff that was used by the military. That's also another reason why you under attack, and specifically it was going after black people that was in the military. Like you can get a database of everybody that was black in the military, and if something happened to your family before where they got people for doing, because people were starting wars one time and lying about why they were starting wars, and people were telling stuff, and some people like to fight for justice, and they had some people I think that was in the CIA or has that using that intellect. That's why you have to be specific, because on one end, I could be talking about the kingdom of darkness, and on the other end, I could be talking about somebody trying to fight for God, using this, trying to fight against evil. But I gotta be careful when I say that, because I have never been in this. I saw it, but I have never been the one doing it, if you understand what that is. I know the part that I seen it was crazy. You would never believe it. But it was demonic as hell. Like, I'm gonna talk about it. You ain't gonna believe me though, I'm gonna tell you. But you can, like, I don't know. That's why I say they did it to Jesus. And I kept saying that before online, because I kept trying to tell people, y'all need to stop doing what you're doing. You would see people online all the time trying to accuse people of stuff. They were wrong. They were lying. They were like, if you don't know what you're talking about, you should not be doing that. If you spread gossip, that's the worst thing. That's what they did to Jesus, and they caused him to be crucified. What happened to me, it was like a form of crucifixion, but it was done purposely. Like somebody sat around and developed this and said it was going to go this way and we was going to do it. So that's why I know it's like, but they do that in masonry, and it's not, that's why you got to stop participating in stuff that's controlled by white people, white racist people. It is. I don't care what you think about it. because it's only being used against you and your family, and they're getting access to your soul. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Like it was, they was using that, okay, and then okay, I could easily see it like, nah, because if this was for God, God would never be telling nobody to use witchcraft. You know what I mean? But like, God do want you to learn stuff. Like I know God was telling me, you know, you need to get a Bible. You need to start reading one time, because I was working every other weekend, so I had bought my kids Bibles and bought myself a Bible and start studying before stuff had got bad. But again, that could be masonry. Like they try to act like they helping you by doing that, because that's sometimes you'll get stuff sent in your mind, and that specifically it's not always from God. So they can say, well, somebody told her. These people believe in that bull. That's not how God operates. So, and then they're not telling you, you know, everything. They're just trying to see, well, she had the same opportunity as everybody. Like I used to see people go online posting where it's supposed to be you, your husband, then your kids and all that. They were using that shit in masonry. So when they attack you, if you say, well, oh, I would say my kids first, and they were trying to use that to see who they were going to try to harm. It just lies on top of, it was just awful. Because anybody with any common sense, even as an animal, you're going to protect what can't protect itself, which is your child. You're an adult and I'm an adult. You go for, I'm protecting my child. I'm feeding my child, you know. So anyway, I don't know. You ain't even gonna understand that, but still, I just remember seeing that. But I have somebody, a neighbor who tried to record me. What I was saying, I don't know why you was all in my apartment. That's how you know that it be people working, it be the devil controlling people. And instead of knocking on the door like a person of God would do and say, hey, it's too loud, can you be quiet? I would have did that. Well, dang, all right. End of it. That's just how I am. If I'm really too loud, oh, well, damn, let me try to, you know, be quiet. But you up on the wall, I heard somebody up on the wall before recording, and then try to report it, you could hear him by the door one time. I guess they was going to do a whole lot of recordings. I guess you was going to try, what was you going to try to do with that? Like try to tell somebody I was crazy, or try to tell somebody I'm trying to do something to you and I don't even know you. Whatever's going on in my household ain't got nothing to do with you. This is how you know. And it's people who know what they was trying to do. Like people try to make you feel like they can intimidate you by joining the Illuminati, but I'm the wrong one. And so, and they know, you know, and you can look and see, it'll be like, if it's somebody, a Latino person over here who got a problem with you, it'll be Latino people doing the stuff. Or white, but mostly you ain't gonna find no black people that's part of that controller family that I was talking about. Charlotte practices that. It's groups in Charlotte, and that's what was attacking me and my kids and my son. Specifically, they were trying to take my son out. You got a dick. I don't care how you take it. I used to not even say that word. If you got a dick, you're a problem. Black men have dicks. You're not gonna find them in the CIA unless they trying to harm them. There'd be a group of racist people trying to do the unthinkable to black people. And they would have people that will be in it, or they would place black women in it before they would think if a man they was gonna attack. That's what happened to me. And they find out about it, so they try to attack you and try to harm your kids or whatever. They'll have black women in it and they think it's a man or whatever. So whenever they try to do their little stuff that they do in the CIA, because they really be trying to do stuff that, like what you thinking, yes, they do be trying to do that. Yes, they do. That's racism. That is racism. You would never know as a kid growing up. It's stuff that the black people I know, that's how you know Satan is in racist white people. Because stuff you don't even think about. Yes, it is. They are jealous of you. They'll put it in everybody white and be trying to use it against you. But anyway, so they, as a little kid going to church, you didn't know they would, you know, have girls in it. So whenever that time come when they practice this a lot, where they trying to do stuff and they using the Bible and they trying to judge people. Men can never judge people. They try to actually practice God. That's why I say masonry is horrible. It's a lie. Freemasonry, they use that too. Be trying to create a fake God, a fake Jesus by killing a lot of people. Freemasonry causes the death of a lot of people. It's really bad. All kinds of Satan. It's like sorcery, witchcraft, everything negative brought all together. It's the worst, and they'll do like a lot of sacrifices of black people. And that's what was going on. That's why certain people were being killed. Cops were killing people committing suicide. If you go do your homework, look at those years and look at the rates of suicide and who was committing it. And they probably took a lot of this stuff offline. People were, can remember people in Atlanta, Georgia, they were saying a lot of young black people was going crazy and they tried to blame drugs. I remember I seen, and these people are very perverted. Seeing one black boy that was he outside of Target, butt naked. When you start seeing stuff like that, that's the devil. That's not people going crazy. That's Satanism. That is racist white people. When the specific groups, when you were just seeing mostly black people, you under attack and you around laughing. If you're a black person, you are around laughing at the next black person thinking, oh, that he going crazy. Mm-mm. And it's specific. And people think you're trying to be funny when you say who they attacking. They not trying to target you if you're not doing nothing they don't want you to do. If you're not trying to go after too many pursuits, like achieve too many goals, if you standing beside a white person and you making them, because they do compare and judge, you making them look stupid in their eyes. You doing too much. You too smart. I don't know. You can look at old slavery or old racist movies. Oh, this a smart nigga. They still try to. I've always been smart. So they're trying to get rid of you and everything you have, your kids, your family, because you produce intelligent kids. You gonna teach your kids to teach their kids. They don't want that. They want you sitting around waiting on the government to take care of you. Laying up, getting pregnant every year. Not saying, and I don't judge the people who do it because they're probably making them do that. They be trying to control people. But that's what they want. So they leave you alone. You feel like you living the best life ever, and you ain't experiencing nothing yet because you're doing what they want you to do. But be in this world, trying to make a difference, if you're a person who try to help other black people, if you come up and you learn, I remember my thing when I learned how to buy a house, I was trying to help as many people as I knew, because it was easy and I didn't know it was that easy, and I felt like, and that's something racist white people don't want you to have possession of anything, because that's how you can, your best investment, that's the cheapest that you can, the cheapest, best investment you can make is a house. Because when you go to sell that house, you can get the largest return on your investment because especially now, a lot of people can't save. So if you can't save, if you buy a house and you stay in that house for a while, the prices are out of control right now anyway, because they don't want people buying in there. If you knew how this world operated, you would know what was going on. And I told my mom and my sister what was going on. And it happened. As I know, I am prophetic, and other stuff happened, like dreams of people, I don't know. Told people, I had a dream somebody was pregnant with twins, and they ended up being pregnant with twins, and I didn't know about it. The little visit I had from somebody that had passed away back in the day when I was a little kid, and it scared me, and I remember telling them, go away, because it was scaring me. That little boy, Josh, I don't know. We was cool in our head. Like, I never really talked to him like that, but I knew he liked me, but he was younger than me, but I really do remember him in my room when I lived in Lewis Village, like a shadow. And I guess that it was kind of like you would see on a movie, but I don't remember seeing no details or no faces or nothing like that. I don't think. Maybe I did a little bit, but I remember he was on crutches. But I remember it scared me, and I told him to go away, and I never had it happen to me again. Because it really scared me, like, bad. Till I was frozen scared, like I can't move. Like if something was gonna get me, it was gonna get me, because I couldn't move. But it never happened. Like, so I guess God listened to me, or that spirit just listened to me and went away. But that's how I know. Like, I knew a lot of business. I knew a lot of people were gonna be hurt. Like, something was coming after a lot of people. I knew they were trying to practice like where a lot of businesses was gonna go out of business. Like a whole lot of stuff, and that stuff happened. Like, look at the world. Look at the malls. Look at the. Like, I knew that ahead of time, and I remember I was praying. That's what I was about to say earlier. I was praying for my family. I don't know, because that's how I used to think. I used to always think about everybody. My own fucking family was the ones that was out talking about me and lying. And it was the specific people. I'm praying for my family, and they out spreading lies, but it don't hurt my feelings. It's just crazy when you have it in you. And I changed a lot to help people, to try to be there for them, because you know what it's like. And if you know it's something that's horrible, you don't want it coming after your family, after it's telling you, I'm trying to destroy your family tree. I'm trying to get rid of your ancestors. It's really true. Look at the world around you. Look at all the people that's been dying in E-Town. Like, it stopped coming after me, and it started coming after everybody. Because they knew where the white people placed it. They put demons in people. They put demonic stuff in people and had it affecting them. And it's crazy to know about it, and you trying to help the hell out of people. You trying to help their stupid ass. And you too busy gossiping. You too busy thinking you know everything. You too busy serving the devil and steady talking about God. You ain't nothing ever gonna be fixed until you get your spirit completely right. I can curse all day and still be full of God. You'll never hear me tell one lie on a person. Not one. Before I say anything about somebody, I'm gonna know absolutely that's the truth. I got evidence. A lot of it. Like, they done it multiple times. I got it, probably a screenshot, a video. They try to do it more than one time. I know a lot of y'all done changed, with stuff going. It was somebody trying to change a lot of you, but a lot of that stuff, that's why they was using masonry and freelance, and it had y'all acting. I wish all y'all would stop acting. I try to tell you acting was demonic. You don't listen, you thinking it's cool. You thinking I'm getting insight on people, girl, I get the gossip. This bitch ain't got no money. This bitch, that shit be lies. That be them using witchcraft, trying to make somebody broke, and your stupid ass is out here. You doing exactly what you want them to do. But sometimes, they use control with it too, but you can't control it, because if you know what's wrong, you won't participate in it. But if you feel like that's how you cool, that's how you get your laughs in, until people start dying, until bad stuff start happening, and then you want to regret, why I shouldn't have. But when it comes to me, do what you do. I got used to it. I remember over the summer, I would see people and they was trying to be cute and trying to be funny. Well, this is what these people were saying, honey. Honey, I was making $50 an hour, 48 hours a week. And you was on here talking about somebody broke and all that. It's funny. The devil lies. I be telling y'all, the devil, that is the fucking devil, not God. God don't fucking lie. But it gets some laughs from some people. I think you should stop trying to be cool and be for God. The world will be a better place. But if you feel like talking, do it as you do. That's on you, because it never bothered me. Like, I didn't deal with so much stuff before, like nothing phases me. But I just think it's crazy for you to continue to participate in stuff it's not just destroying me or other people, it's destroying you. It's taking your own family members out. And then you be trying to talk jumbo. She shouldn't be just, I ain't been talking to nobody. This is how I know people crazy too. I just be online looking at stuff and paying attention, because I be learning from it, and I know what be going on, and I be trying to pray, because I know Black people are under attack. You've been under attack for a very long, since we've been here was since you came in contact with white people. But it's your soul. Black people's souls are under attack. And once that acting, when they mix it with that masonry, when it keeps going and going and going, they can take a person's complete soul out of them and have another person's soul in them. It happened. I done seen it. You don't know why. You trying to say, well, this girl just liked this boy. I witnessed that before and I knew what it was. And that's the worst thing that can happen to somebody, because you'll be thinking it's just that person. It's a demon in them. But that person can't ever come back when it gets to a certain point. Or maybe it can't, I don't know. Because I'm not that, like, I'm not that, like, I'm very knowledgeable of it, because I've been going through so much of it, and I done witnessed it, and I done seen it. I done seen the impossible. I kept seeing the impossible. The impossible is right there in your face. It's in the Bible. But I didn't think I was ever going to see that, because I thought that was a done deal. Like, that doesn't happen. That's what they keep bringing back over and over and over again, and try to say the Bible should not repeat itself over and over and over. That's demonic white racist people trying to do genocide, trying to control power, trying to control money, possessions, class systems, who's gonna have jobs, anything that's gonna determine how successful a person is gonna be, to make sure black people are down here and they stay when they ain't really up there. Because you be trying to figure out all this stuff y'all been doing, and I'm still up here living just as good or better than you. And that's what happened to me. Somebody did not like people used to always, in Charlotte, you could tell they use Satanism, because people would say crazy stuff they did, and you'd be like, are you fucking serious? They wouldn't be disrespectful, but it'd be embarrassing. Like, at me as a person, you letting somebody know you are jealous of them. I never in my life, I ain't ever experienced jealousy anyway, and that's not no lie. But you letting people know you jealous, you racist, it's like they can't control it. And this is the only place where this is the only place where I've seen it like that. Like, when I was in Lisbon, I've never seen that. Like, I know it, racism exists, but I ain't see it in people. I probably seen it one time. A little boy in the bus called us a nigga. I had a cousin, I think my cousin Wayne, was stopped by a cop after he bought a new car. What did he have? A Camaro? Some kind of nice car, and they called him boy. And how you got this nice car, boy? That's what be happening. They be jealous of you when you have a come up, and then now they can control black people. They be jealous of you too, and they use black people against black people. I be sitting there telling people stuff, but they don't be believing it, because they just think life, it's about trying to make the next person look bad. If you seen them living good and you came up with a story where you thought they was thinking that, it was you. It was the devil in you, and they still using you. And I don't know, people used to say, I never used to say that saying, but I understand it now. Don't let the devil use you. A lot of people continue to do it every day. Stop trying to think you doing something for God and you speaking for God, and you not a prophet, and if you ain't ever went through anything, or you don't know how to determine, you should not be making posts and you trying to say you trying to communicate with one particular person, and we all gonna get together. That's demonic. I don't care what you think, it's demonic. I don't care you think it's helping somebody, it's demonic. If you're supposed to go to that person and have a conversation with that person. If it can be used by the devil to do all, it's demonic. You want to laugh, it's demonic. I don't care no, it's demonic. I know it's demonic. But you continue to do it. Then I know these people have access and they be doing stuff online too. And some of y'all seen that before. I mean, but still. It be somebody, they be trying to look crazy. Don't do it. Because I feel like if you want to put yourself in that, I don't know. If you are willing to try to, and I know, you trying to say you're doing something for God and you feel like it's going to negatively affect somebody in a negative way, and he's like, well, I'm just doing it for God because they need to know. You better make sure that's coming from God, and you need to have a conversation with that person. That person ain't gonna be getting mad because they don't like God, and you don't know what that person is, how they person is living their life every day that you ain't doing. A person can be living a more holier life than you. Yeah, I can be cussing every day and got more God in my spirit than you because I don't do what you do to other people. I don't be worried about other people in that way, trying to tell them what to do and all that, trying to say something negative unless they do something to me. That's a rule. That's been a rule in my life all the time. I will not, I can't ever say anything to you negative unless you did something negative to me. People don't do that. I don't know where they brain at. But anyway, I'm gonna get off this video. I've been talking too long. But I just think it's crazy. Like, I don't know what these people thought they was gonna do, like cause me to have to move. But that is jealousy. And that's what y'all be like, oh, people can't afford it. You crazy as hell. I ain't go to school, I don't know. It's been 7 years. I don't even know how many, so many years. I don't know why people think that. I don't know. I don't understand that. You just be speaking, trying to speak things into existence. And some people I think be happy about it. So you'll see like a little negative, something. Once a person has done something for so long and has so much experience, you can't. The only thing that works is witchcraft is trying to make that person sick. And if you are a person who have participated in that and caused that, something probably gonna happen to you because you are stupid. You can't. I know I ain't ever in my life. I ain't ever tried to be cool on that. I'm trying to be cool. Let me get some nice shoes, some pretty clothes. I do that, trying to be cool. But And that's the only way I ever experienced like loss of income. Cause as a nurse, you can get a job. You can quit a job. I learned they were working through jobs at one time. It's best if you just leave a job and try to hold on to it because they doing stuff on that job to a lot of people. You need to pay attention because the devil be in people, and it does work like that. That's the first place where they go, like on jobs, and yeah, that's the first place they're gonna go to. But I can quit a job, which I will, because I have a lot of experience and I know how to do a lot of stuff. And it's so funny when you hear people try to say things about you. It's like, do you not know how many managers and how many family members and how many patients and how many doctors and then came and wrote references, told me I was an asset wherever I went. I don't want you to leave. Like, a lot of stuff happened after, the witchcraft and stuff, because that was their main goal, to try to, give you a bad reputation. That's Satanism. That's what they do. So wherever you go, they're going to try to work, cause accidents. That's witchcraft. You can drop stuff a lot, and it'll be witchcraft. You'll start seeing, like, that's sorcery and witchcraft. They do that. But controlling people is the best form, because then they'll have people trying to come against you. And it's never been for not knowing how to do a job as a nurse or messing up as a nurse. It'll be conflict and drama from other people. That's how you know it's the devil. You can't fire me for not doing something wrong, because once you do something for so long, you know all the ins and you know what not to do. And what to do, you know how to do it, and you're an expert at it. So it ain't nothing. It's not gonna come, but you'll have people trying to. And it's so funny when that stuff first happened. I think they tried to say, "Well, something happened at a job." I was working in the office setting. The fuck you talking about? You just knew I was a nurse. The fuck was you talking about? Yeah, I told a person. Somebody tried to tell me my signature was too sloppy. That's white people that try to control people, try to tell people what to do. And they get mad at you for because you smarter than them. That's Illuminati. And they think they hold some kind of power over black people. I'm the worst person for you. I don't care. Practice sorcery and witchcraft. I'm saying it, and I'm going to say it every day. I'm the wrong one. The devil cannot stand that, because that's who they're using now, especially in Charlotte. Like, Oh, I bet you won't say nothing. You crazy. For one, I ain't gonna have no ghetto, whatever on no job, but I will let you know in a heartbeat. Be quicker than I used to let people know on a job. But back if we was outside a job, you already know. That's why it's funny when people talk. Cause it's always the people who talk the most is always the people who, and I'm not trying to say get in the fight but as an adult person, people that I see that will get in a fist fight quicker than going and trying to recruit a whole gang of people to be against you, that's demonic. A person of God would just get in a fist fight and that be the end of it. People that will go ahead and handle that, they were never the people that be running their mouth all the time. It's always the people who the devil be working through. And I don't know if y'all remember back in the day as kids, like it's always the person who tried to be the bully, but when they met the wrong person and tried to bully the wrong person, they end up getting their tail beat. That be God. And that's all I used to do. Like I wouldn't bother. You would have to, my rule in my head was you had to hit me first before because I didn't want to get in trouble with my mama anyway, and get in trouble at school. And I was crazy. I mean, I didn't play about school. Like I was serious when it came to school because I knew I did not want to be no poor person. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to live a good life, have everything I ever wanted in life. So, but anyway, well, I was going to say, the people who always do a lot of talking and a lot of drama, they are the people who never would fight. And they'll be the first ones to try to talk. But my memory is good. I don't know why I said that. I shouldn't say that. But anyway, let me be quiet and get off this. It's the truth, though. I swear it is. I just don't be trying to start drama. But if you go back and think about it, and they be trying to spread lies about you, it's like, where are you getting that from? I mean, yeah, I know you want to be cool, but don't lie on people. Because I was there with you. You know me. I don't care how I look. You know me. I don't know. It's just funny. That's how the devil operates, though. Lies. They'll have people lying. The devil can never operate within me on that. Even cursing, like I know what I be doing. That's something I choose to do because sometimes that's how it needs to be delivered. Because when you are too nice about certain things, people think they can get away with stuff. Or when it's on a certain level, when it's demonic stuff involved, I'm not nice about it. I'm never nice to the devil either. Because if you knew the devil and you heard how I speak, you would know. Speaking in a certain tone don't work. Stuff be trying to be sexualized. It's perverted. If that's how you know it be the devil. I mean, you go talk to a prophet, read your Bible. It'd be the funniest thing trying to hear people trying to talk about what they think you going through. Oh my God, you are crazy. And it be people that be trying to, we know, no, you don't. And please don't talk about no therapists because those be the stuff I know about when you don't have God and stuff that shit. If you trying to be a therapist in life, I'm just go ahead and tell you, especially in a large city like Charlotte, where they practice this stuff and they had the demonic spirits going on in people, you need to understand God. You need to know God. You need to understand when certain things are going on, most of the time, it's demonic. You need to understand spirits. If you don't understand that, they're going to have something demonic in you, working through you. And you're going to be, instead of helping people, you're going to be hurting people. That's why I be looking at people and I be like, ain't no way in hell. That pill ain't going to help that person because they not crazy. And it be people that say they Christians or just say they know God, they practice the Bible. You should know that. Why you don't understand that? Like the minute I said I was gonna study the Bible and learn it more, you can read. You should not go in church and just listen to somebody talk. That is a tradition. That's not teaching you about who God is. For you to understand who God is, you need to pick up a book, read it, get a dictionary, understand it. Don't leave it until you understand. You're not going to understand everything like I had to learn, because you're not going to go through it. But you can understand, just like you understand other things, the definition of something. Or when it's saying this is demonic, you should not do this. This is of the devil. This is the works of the devil. You should not get the God and the devil confused. If you do, you don't need it. Don't ever speak on God. You are hurting people, not helping them. I don't know, that's it. But a lot of people do that. And they be trying to say, for demonic spirits, what? And then the people that be trying to, it's the craziest thing, and I understand about racist people and people who like to bully. They'll say things out of their mouth that applies to them, or they'll say things about other people online and it actually applies to them. But I don't even say anything about it, because I know. I just learned it and I know it. You can look and read it. They be speaking about their own self. The devil also try to twist it around. Well, try to take what I just said and twist it around. The devil does not like for you to know the truth, and does not like for other people to know the truth. So he'll try to make it look like the people that are speaking truthfully, that's everything he does. Try to twist everything around. And if I don't know why people don't remember back in the day when they were trying to say, they had that music that was some of that music, devil worshiping music, if you would put it in reverse, you would hear what it was saying. That's how the devil is operate. That's how he works. Like, he takes what's of God and try to put it in reverse. What's demonic, he tries to reward and try to say it's of God. And they do that in the United States. You should pay attention to that. You should learn that. Once you learn it, you'll never forget it. You will be a person that can help a lot of people. All you got to do is learn the stuff that you say that's within you. Instead of trying to gossip and be cool, like, actually learn it. You'll be surprised. Instead of listening to other people, learn God for yourself. You can't learn it by listening to other people. You can go to another person to see if you're right, because I'm one of those people. You know how you sit in class, let me see if I got this right. Let me not even tell them what my answer is. Let me see what you got. If we got the same thing the teacher says is the right answer, then, I know what I'm doing. That's Monica. That's why I probably was, and I never used to brag on myself, but understanding the devil and how the devil operates, that's why I say all the time, I love the person that I am. I ain't never had the appreciation for myself as much, and I never disliked myself at all, but I never appreciated who I am so much until I understood how different people were. Yet I will cuss you the fuck out. But me being a person of God, I understand God don't care nothing about no cuss words. Especially if a person, I think you deserve to be cussed out. I'm like a truthful old school person. That little child, I think you deserve to get your tail smacked. Yes, I do. Because you got to learn from that. Because them kids that's created by you just putting them in a corner and you trying to make a little demonic somebody. They going to think they can get away with everything in the world. They can do whatever they want to people. You got to be truthful about things. And then you hear people trying to speak about God. They shouldn't be talking, oh, she cursing, but you practicing Satanism. And you saying it's God. I don't do that. God don't care nothing about my cursing. You accuse people of things they have not done. Not based on how you feel about it, based on evidence and what they actually did. Based on how you just feel. I don't ever do that. But I curse. Which one God gonna despise? I don't lie on prophetic people. But you do. But you don't curse. You think that's holy. It's not. I don't know. I don't know why, I don't know. Things that harm people is what God despises. And if you're trying to harm a person's soul, or anything can harm a person's soul, innocent, especially an innocent person, entire families, entire races, the progress of people, anything used to try to oppress people. If you are doing that, and you putting on a suit every day, and you speaking very well, and you going around in the community, and you donating to charity, and then I'm over here cursing about the stuff, you doing demonic stuff, you being the reason why people are being killed, you being the reason why these people are homeless. What else? You own jobs, starting drama with people and then lying about it. I'm cursing about it. Who do you think? Do you think God is upset about me cursing about something? Or you think God is upset with you, the well-spoken person with the suit on, who tries to use polite words, but you are doing demonic, very demonic. Your life is demonic. What you bring to this world harms people. That's your purpose. And there's some people it is. You don't even know it's people like that exist. They can't handle stuff in life on that level. So they take that negative energy that's within them and they put it outside to the world. That's not having an attitude. That's not talking about what's going on in the world. That's actually you doing demonic shit to people. You lying on people all the time. You starting drama. You a manager that participates in gossip and drama that you believe, instead of being a manager who goes in and evaluates how people do a job. If they do it correctly, if they do what you told them to do, you based on gossip and who's cool and who's not and who's a part of the group. You are demonic. That's how the devil operates. You're not a good man, and then you bragging on being a manager. You are there to evaluate how well a person is doing a job, not how well they kiss your ass. If you believe, and it used to be a saying that people used to do, and I know they used to say people would do it in corporate America, and a lot of people do try to do it. Well, if it's your manager, you should be, no, you didn't, that's demonic. And nobody here to kiss your ass. You evaluate how somebody, they are here to do a job. That person don't have to hang out with you. That person ain't got to have no act like they like you. All they have to do is be respectful. Like, you got to be respectful to them. I didn't witness it before. It happens a lot. And they target black women. They're going to target you if you look a certain way. If you pretty, they're going to target. I don't care. And you might think, and you might not think I'm pretty. I know I am. I didn't have so many people tell me that, and I didn't have so many people try to do things to me or a point. Most of the time in my life, I never was even thinking about that, because when you have God in you, you don't even think about stuff like that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you just be trying to be cute, like everybody else, trying to dress cute and stuff, but you don't be focused on that until a lot of people start telling you that. You don't know why you're hearing it, because you didn't have a humble spirit all your life. But then you'll come across people who they see your beauty as a threat, and they target you and try to negatively, I don't know, they try to make you feel bad about who you are, what you look like. I mean, not even what you look like, but they'll try to target something else in your life and constantly lie about it. I know I used to talk to some people, like some light-skinned people that I would work with. They would talk about back in the day. But now I know I know like a lot of light-skinned women. You don't see colorism like you used to see back in the day. So I can't say black women they trying to bring it back. CIA trying to bring that back. That's what they were trying to use against me. It's the craziest thing. And they be trying to put black men with white women now. That's the CIA. And then get mad when you talk about it. That's not normal. And for you to only see them with wealthy men, it's the government doing it. I had to learn about it because they tried to do it with my own child. And they was doing it and it's people that have black people doing it, like helping them do it. And they use black men. That's why they put black men in masonry and try to control them like they did on that movie Get Out, it actually happens because they wanted to look like it's a black person that did it. Like I say, Malcolm X, that killing of Malcolm X, that teaches you that's in the CIA say they did it. Yeah, that's how they be doing stuff. And you be trying to figure out, well, how in the world, why in the world would a person do that? Why would a black person do that to another black person? It's the devil controlling them. And they've been targeting black people lately. So you should make it your business, especially now there ain't nothing on TV really. Like I got cable. I hadn't had cable in years because way back when I was in my last house before I sold it, they stopped having stuff on TV, but it's based off the stuff that's going on in the world because the TV was a big source of it. So now when you turn on the TV, all you see is like old shows and stuff. It's like that for a reason. But if you knew what I knew, you would know. Like Hollywood was, you know how they say Hollywood was Hollyweird? A lot of those people weren't selling their souls. They thought because people were on TV acting, especially them little Disney stars, I feel bad for them. Justin Bieber, I knew what they was doing to him. I remember when they had on TV when they started the cameraman and started. I don't know if y'all remember that little oops thing that happened to LeBron James where they were showing his little private parts. If you're a cameraman and you zoom in on that, you just don't instantly, you know, if you see like a little something, you know to turn your head immediately. That's how we learn. That's how people that have God in them and that have nasty, perverted spirits within them know. I got a camera and this is live TV. I know I wouldn't want nobody. I don't give a if it's big. Look, don't nobody want to. That's live TV. They were doing stuff to people. They were controlling. I can't say it was the cameraman because they was controlling people because it's a whole system. But they were trying to show, you know, because they don't like men that have. But just think about it. If you are a hateful person and you have strong hate in you and you want to harm people and you try, why would you be doing that? Hate stems from jealousy. And that's the crazy. To the point where they have stuff and people trying to watch people. They be watching your kids. Trying to target your kids. As kids, teenagers. And they think they can do anything to your kids because they fall in that category where they don't. And I'm not trying to be nice about it because I learned about it. And they think this makes them powerful and they can call themselves God and I can, Yes, it's true. That's why they don't like black men. And it's funny, they don't like black women either. Because you make black men and black women. You make black families. Racism is for you to be a racist, you already got a mental illness. Because you can't handle, if it's out of jealousy, you can't handle deal with whatever you have going on. Because if you had common sense, you would know whatever situation you got going on, if you got God, I'm going to be all right. If you are upset about the beauty of women or another woman, what another woman looks like, another group of women, you don't like their shape. You never probably used to see it before, but now you see it. Like, they have white women that's out here that'll get upset with a black man liking you instead of them, and you black. They'll get upset with you telling people about it. They'll get upset with you telling people that it's racist and they've been killing black women and they did something to you to try to practicing Satanism to try to make more Latino women be with black men, that the CIA tries to determine who's going to be with who. They really do that. So instead of it being a person like you or a person with whatever they determine, they really do that. Illuminati and the CIA really does that. Instead of it being you, a black woman, which any other race group, that's what you're gonna see. Instead of it being you, it's gonna be a Dominican girl, or it's gonna be this black girl over here that they want because they don't like your family and they don't like what you create. They don't like what you produce. They do look at penis. They do look, and I say they do. If you a woman who makes that, if your family, they don't like you, they trying to get rid of you and replace you with something that's lighter. Because they don't like black men. They whitewashing. They like whitewashing. And then to tell people that, and they still, that's why I don't believe people when they try to say, well, I was trying to do the best thing. I was trying to, no, it be within them. It be within Latino women too. And it's funny. They'll try to deny it, but it'll come out of their mouth. And the first thing they want to do is scream, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it. Yes, you did, because that's what the CIA does. It tries to, and every time the world gets away from colorism, they keep trying to bring it back. The Illuminati keeps trying to bring it back, and they'll try to glorify these girls, and they'll try to do stuff to destroy black women, to kill black women. Before they was killing black men, and now it's black women. And then they'll try to place like a personality that resembles a black woman in those girls, so they'll be attractive to a black man, and they be bouncing around, you know. I saw it recently. Everything that they try to associate with me in the CIA, you don't even know what I know about it. Everything they try to associate with me, they try to associate colors with you. That's how you know it's demonic. That's why you should never associate colors and numbers, because that's what they use. That's why, and people that do that, I be like, you need to stop doing that. That's not God. That's demonic. And the people, they keep doing it. That's the devil in them. And actually believe in it and practice it, that's demonic. But they say, even this color, like, I just happen to put it on, but they try to make it control things to where you have a certain color on so they can say, well, yeah, she's this color. That is demonic. It's first of all, it's stupid. The devil is stupid. You'll hear the stupidest, dumbest things. You'll know it's the devil. He'll try to be perverted. White supremacists, like, oh, white people are this, I bet you won't do this, I bet, like, and white people know it. That's why they practice that controller thing. They do it here in Charlotte. But they'll try to, make it. They trying to work for that, because they don't like. They try to get rid of black families. And if you ever understood what I'm trying to tell you about Satanism being practiced, like I remember somebody was selling a house one time in my neighborhood when this stuff was going on, and I saw, like, it looked like a Satanist painting on the wall. And I remember I was like, is that what I think it is? I kept seeing it on Zillow, because I used to always look at houses. Like, I'm always, even though I have a job, I'm always looking at a job because it might be a better job. Even though I'm all in a house, I'm always looking at another house because it might be a better house, and I might end up moving in that. That's why when people be trying to watch you, honey, I just be laughing. You are stupid as hell, and that ain't God. But you working for, no, you're not. You working for the devil. God don't need no assistance in watching nobody and doing nothing and determining nothing. That's you participating in a system that tries to act like God. So it's satanic and it's demonic. That's the devil. And then they'll be talking about they Christians and they, what? Great, you a whole goddamn lie. But yeah, that's what I say. And they despise black people for knowing stuff like that. Because we lived a life such as Native American and black people, they used to always had them affected by masonry. You see it anytime. I mean, we used to see it. Who was going through stuff, who looked like they just look at the world around you. I had to learn it. Wow, you could see it. Who don't you ever see in Hollywood on TV? I'm gonna tell you, black women that are very attractive, or people that white women feel intimidated by or feel like they look better than them, they won't put them on TV. And that's what they try to get rid of, and they try to do negative stuff towards and stuff because they want them to feel that's white supremacy. It's not a person trying to brag or trying to say they, that's the truth. They'll like something that's deemed as ugly in society. They'll give you the world. You can have everything they have because they don't feel intimidated by you. You don't make them feel jealous. You don't make them feel in any type of negative way. So with that said, I paid attention to Hollywood before, and I noticed you never see Native American women in movies a lot. You might see it now more now because they've been doing different stuff, like, but before, I'm gonna say before 2014, and your time of watching TV, we used to watch TV all the time, and your main time watching sitcoms and stuff, you never saw Native American women or Black and Native American or Black and Indian women. You never seen them, and I'm not saying them the most beautiful women, but to white women, they are very intimidating. You make pretty babies to them, I guess. You make racist white women feel some type of way. To where they always trying to do something negative to you. And if they're not trying to whitewash you, if your kids still come out with what has always been on Black people, that they always hated, they still trying to get rid of you. Make them whiter. Put them with a white man. They try to have you in it, and you don't know. Get Out is so real. That is the CIA. If you ever seen the Stepford Wives, where they look like people are out of their mind and being controlled by something, that's the CIA. That's the devil controlling people. But like you are out of your mind. Sometimes they can do it on a smaller level, where you're not really completely gone, but you kind of like not fully yourself. I didn't know I was going through that one time until I understood why they kept using witchcraft on me, and they started using CIA and started having it around me. And my next door neighbor was an Asian man. Do you not know I would hear the devil saying, "Oh, go over there with him"? They practice that. And sometimes they'll work it so much because they were getting people to act and trying to make people feel like they would act and do masonry. The more you do that stuff, sometimes you can completely lose the ability to make the same decision you would make. It'll be something else controlling you. So you thinking you like something telling you to go, it's making you feel like you like this person, and they really use that. Like white men and white women use that. That's the movie Get Out. That's who knew about it. And it's crazy because on that job, the people that it happened with, that's the Illuminati people. That's who was the lady who didn't like that. I knew that you can write your name anyway. You can put an X. Y'all remember that from the movies? I keep saying that because this is what they think they can do to people. I didn't know at the time that I should have treated her like I was on the streets and not at work, so she could have fully understood. Because they had them women in their head, they would try to talk like Black women, or act like, or try to act like they handling situations similar, like upfront, direct, but they passive aggressive. Say stuff out loud, but they won't say your next stuff you did in kindergarten, first grade, third grade. By middle school, you knew not to participate in it and be like, hey, is there a problem? The way the story will be told is, girl, they said, like, when? Like, really? Like, how? And you stupid as hell if you believe it. But I was sitting there around it. It was the craziest thing. You would hear people try to go in the room and talk, but they won't say no names. So if you ever say, I don't know if y'all learned in school. I know I learned. You ain't trying to get expelled from school because you're trying to make your grade, right? You're not trying to go to jail fighting at work, right? Especially, or if you're going to fight at work, you got to make sure you're doing it because somebody did something to you, or they're going to try to say it's something else, right? So, me sitting there waiting for somebody to say my motherfucking name or say something to me. If I could go back in time, I would have known. And I even tried walking outside one day, and I think I said it. Like, we can go to I don't know if I said it out loud. I remember I saying I can go outside. Or I was going outside. Like, I would go by the cubicle because just to run her mouth so much but not say it to me. So I would just, play around with the guy, because sometimes people, you have to grow up out of stuff. People try to bring you back down to a stupid level, but after somebody tries to, try to bother you and bother you and bother you after a while, you be wanting to let them know, bitch, step the fuck outside, or I'm right here. I'm right here. My back turned over there. You worried about what I'm doing. You hating so that much. I'm right here. I'm laughing and giggling. Why you can't say nothing to me? I'm right here by your cubicle. They won't do it. And you'll notice those people because they never been in a fight before. They have all the mouth in the world, and I did this and I said this, and they will not say nothing directly to you. That's what I remember anyway. But I didn't know who the Illuminati was, but I would have had something for that family since that family. I didn't know that family was jealous of me. They found out I was, I guess, smarter, too smart. I was smarter than their little Illuminati manager lady. I made her look bad. I wasn't even trying to. I don't have that kind of personality. But she had a personality where I'm never wrong. That's Illuminati and people. And when you hear the devil say it, he try to say it like that's something. If you scared of Illuminati, bitch, you crazy. If you're a black person, you need to be able to stand. I don't care how much, because they're trying to wipe you out, bitch. Running from it. That's what they want you to do. I ain't never seen a black person do that, but that's what they try to claim. White people can do. They try to make it seem like what they try to constantly do is bring it back to how it was before. I always know I would have never, because you gonna die or I'm gonna die. Because I ain't ever doing that. It's never no sir or ma'am with me. It ain't ever me listening to you. What? But they try to do it. But they try to use witchcraft to do it. They know they can achieve it by, the way they claim. Because everything is a lie when it comes to them anyway. But that's what they were trying to do. Bring back slavery. A lot of people don't know that. But they were using sorcery and witchcraft and control. That's also the movie Get Out. That's their form of slavery. What that woman and that man had in them. That's what they were talking about. To where you can't do anything because they didn't use sorcery and witchcraft. So it was really for punks. Instead of fighting your battles with your hands or your fists, or however people, I ain't even gonna say people do, they run to witchcraft and run to the devil. And because they know most people don't practice witchcraft, which you shouldn't. You don't have to practice witchcraft to fight them. You don't. A person can be in an Illuminati and be trying to kill a lot of people, and you find out who those people are. They can't survive a bullet in the wrong place. Like, they die like the next person do. They do have things where it's hard, they use somewhere, I don't know. They do all kinds of stuff. I mean, they use military grade CIA stuff, but still. Most of them be regular people. They be trying to have on jobs and intimidate people, or get mad when they don't, or get mad when they see somebody they jealous. It's really jealousy, which is always funny. I don't know. Those types of people are always funny when you find out what's going on. Or it's the black boy that they try to put with the white girl who likes you and dogs that girl out in front of you because she is not who she pretends to be, or who that black boy really wants. They have black men in the CIA and they be controlling them, controlling their mind, and they be with these white girls, and they be trying to, and these families, Illuminati families, are okay with these people until they don't want to be with that person anymore. And they take interest into black girls. And then, they try to practice like, what? They really do it. And that was the main thing. They tried to let me know and see what they were doing. And like, you trying to get revenge on me for a black man liking me and not liking a white, for him calling her a stupid bitch or whatever he could call her. You shouldn't be a stupid bitch. And your family shouldn't be trying to use sorcery and witchcraft for that man to like you. Or if they were even doing it back then. I know they do it now. because they did it with that girl Danny Lee. Like they were hurting me for years, and you think it sound crazy until you know I was going through something. Illuminati was doing stuff to me on a certain level. I'm gonna tell you how you know. And I'm gonna say it in another video because you need to hear, because it's an hour and 19 minutes. I don't know who's gonna sit and watch all of this, but I do. They did stuff. They tried to do control Beyonce too. They did stuff to her in Hollywood, and she was trying to fight it. Using, whatever. I ain't gonna say she was in no, but I'm saying she tried to fight it. So I thought it was her, because I was learning stuff, and I ain't gonna, because Beyonce did a whole lot to try to save a whole lot of black people. And then they do fraud where one person is swapped out for another person. That's what happened with me. So they be trying to help you because they've been using you in the CIA to help black people. White people know about it, or they find out about it. So instead of it going to you, for you to, they had you in the shit, and you don't know it. You serving the military is the devil. They use the devil. They use CIA. But anyway, they just have access. I ain't gonna say they have you in it, but they have access to you a certain way. They'll swap it out. So they'll be helping somebody that they like more. They think is less attractive. They do certain things. Like if you're a person who don't like a lot of chaos, and you're not into all that petty stuff, that like little kitty stuff, they'll try to make it look like it's you. They'll start warring with you and having stuff with you. That's what happened to me. They try to make it look like it's you, but this person has always been doing this. They will help a person who does that, because that's the type of black person they want in this world. Instead of a person who tries to, keep peace, help the next black person. That's why they didn't like the Black Panther Party. They don't like black unity, because that creates black progress. The purpose of these groups is for white supremacy. Only idiot think that sounds crazy. But anyway, you deny the truth that existed for way too long. But anyway, I put I remember I got mad because I thought it was, I ain't thought nothing, but I got mad. So I don't know what it was, something in me that told me to go in the bathroom and just look at this bitch. You are not me. They tell you that, they let you know who it is. But it was already too late. They had already used too much to where I got the cheapest little I remember it was an ugly little wig. The cheapest little blonde wig I could find. Because I was just in my head, I was like, this ain't me, and I was just, it's something to tell you to do it, but you doing it for a reason. And I took a picture. Do you know that girl Danny Lee had her hair like that fucking wig was? It was a pale blonde wig. That's how I know Illuminati was trying to help her. They had her in that Saint, but they were telling me, you supposed to be with somebody famous, or they thought you were supposed to be with somebody famous. You will hear stuff like this is what they do. They use the devil. That's why I say it's man-made, because they use AI and all kinds of stuff, and the energy and all that. So they use all that. Like it ain't no what you think it is. Like it'd be that they sorcery and they witchcraft and stuff. But like the people that be in the cults and stuff. Back in the day with the little movies, or the little ball, crystal balls, do you hear my spirit? They do that. So yeah, think about it. Now it don't sound so crazy, do it? But they was like, they were saying that to me. I had no clue what was going on, but then I started seeing it. Like somebody just talking to me, like knowing what I'm going to. It's two, nigga. The baby. It's two, nigga. Two what? It's two talking about masonry. I'm like, no, I'm one. I'm not. I don't practice no number stuff. But they try to put this stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I know, like, for what I was saying is, I'm not a part of that. It's white people. Because I was learning who it was that was doing the shit. And two, if you don't know, two is that's how you need to know who the devil is. That is on top of what's on top of masonry, on top of Freemasonry. And I said it before, you need to know, it is a white man pretending to be a black man who tries to control everything because he is the devil. So they have people practicing masonry and have you feeling like you have to do it. So you can't look at the little people who they put and make them say the stuff and believe in the stuff, and because they doing the stuff to them. They practicing Satanism on them. Demonization on these people. That's how I know, because I seen it. I seen them try to do it to my own child, and I had to fight for my child to live. And then they'll try to make it seem like those people joining the Illuminati, and which that is white people shit. Ain't nobody out being a black person. Where we learn about Freemasonry at? That is that's created by white men. The white men, some of the richest white men that used to operate and control all the money sources in this country, that's how they was doing it, using Freemasonry. They get black people involved so they can do all kinds of stuff and then throw it at them and put demonization in them and then say it was them. What? And then it goes so far back to when they was trying to say this stuff to me. They was trying to say, oh, it goes back to the Moors, and they came and taught the white people here. No, the fuck it didn't. They went over there and tried to learn about African people and try to they took what was used for God and used it for the devil. That's what the Illuminati used. That's why they was teaching people, trying to teach black people to practice witchcraft, because the Bible ain't gonna work. Because your God, the real God that they try to make you lose access to, your own practices that are not demonic, they teach you as witchcraft. When you using it to better, they using it for, not for evil. And it ain't even witchcraft. Like, it's stuff they learn about from the pyramids. But when they come, that's why they force the Bible on you a certain way. But when they do it, just like that money, and I saw that on a documentary, and this is what they use the devil for, to try to make you feel like, and it's the funniest thing in the world. That's how you know white racist people try to tell you your culture that you come from and your practices was demonic. That's funny. You should laugh. Because what black people was around trying to dominate the world. Trying to kill all people of a certain race. Question that. They want you to only do certain stuff a certain way because they don't want to be affected by the way you pray, how you worship God, the God that created you. That's all you have to worry about. Because they worship a God where they worship man. They practice Satanism and they call it God. They try to put witchcraft in a man and then try to say that man is God. And they have people believing it, and people really do it. I didn't witness it before. All online, calling a person God. I seen it. Crazy as hell. That's masonry. You don't see that end of it because you over here where you don't see that. But they're going to lie to you about your native practices. And it's funny, if you pay attention to Native Americans and African people, the attire that they wear. I remember somebody used to be talking about the fringes. They talk about, because it was another, like, it ain't no Christian group. It's another group of people, who serve God. And I be laughing at people every time they get mad that you say I'm not a Christian. Christian, with the word Christian. The word Christ, where that came from? Where'd that come from? Did it come from what the original story? Is it in that language? Where that word come from? Christ, Christian, who created that? Did God create that word? Oh. And the way they try... So nah, go all the way back. And you see it, the what tries to control you and try to tell you, I know I am of God because I practice God. I don't be trying to harm people and control people. That's the devil as a man, and then trying to tell people I am God. They use the Bible to do it though. He wants you to read that Bible. He just wants you to believe that he is the God in that Bible. And he's not. See, that Bible is a good foundation because it has a lot of truth in it, but it is some lies in there. And that's how the devil is. I told you. That's American Christianity. American. Understand why I said that. Everybody in America don't practice that. That's the hidden stuff that they try to do. That's why you can pick it up as a person, and they try to make people feel like what. That's why I say they try to say, well, all families, this is what the devil say, we practice Satanism. No, you don't, because somebody gave you that Bible and they told you this is God, and you didn't pay. You listened to what somebody told you for so long. You go listen to a pastor. You didn't evaluate the Bible for yourself. You didn't see the contradictions. You didn't see what white people went in and try to make it become a lie by mixing in lies, because that's how the devil is. He tried, the devil that they have in this country will try to play the role of God and try to, you need to go to church and you need to, and then turn around and try to give you an ounce of truth and then a ton of lies. It's true. That's why when y'all think y'all be talking about people and you be using masonry, you have a little bit of the truth and a whole lot of fucking lies. I be laughing, and then he be trying to sit there and make it true as you talking about it. That ain't God. You gotta take witchcraft to make this shit become true. But gossipers love it, because that's demonic. Gossiping is demonic, and that's why. That is what caused Jesus to be crucified. Gossiping, lying, accusing people of stuff you don't know if they did or not. And then too, whenever I even think of the word, I say, in order for people in this country to get completely away from this, what they try to impose, especially on black people, they want you to really, they want you now. White people say, I don't even believe in God. I never say that, because I know I ain't create my own damn self, and I ain't create this world. I ain't create these animals. I know ain't no person did it. But they'll be fine with that. They'll say they practice. Like any other type of religion, no problem. But if you black and you say you're not a Christian, they're using Christianity to control you and try to harm you. I told you. Ain't bothering these people. Ain't trying to put demons in these people. There is only one God. Why are you obsessed with what religion it is? How they go about worshiping? And it's not about and it'll help people tell you about the work. It's about the worshiping, not the works. What's the works? What's the definition of the works? So you mean to tell me God is more focused on how much you sing to him and how much you pray to him, instead of how you are treating his people and what you are doing in this world? Pay attention to stuff. I had to pay attention, because it kept happening. You keep seeing it, and this is how it's happening. Tradition instead of learning what God really is. God ain't wanting me to sing the loudest and the hardest to him and be out here destroying people. But it's about your worship, not the works. But now what you do is how you praise him. What? Are you fucking crazy? And they brainwashing people to believe it. And people that's in the churches, most people are innocent, but you gotta start telling people the truth. Because this is how people are getting harmed. Because I remember I was going through stuff, and they'll try to use witchcraft and Satanism and all, and try to mind control, and who is God? And try to make you give a definition of what God is. You can't. If you try to give a definition, you probably lying. All you can say is, what created me in this world and everything in here? Because he is trying to convince the world he God. And whenever they go through and start practicing the Freemasonry, for the masonry that they created, the Satanism, all of it still Satanism. But they taking a real live person soul, which is life, to get rid of the Satanist practices. That's what Freemasonry is. They use people, and then they try to claim these people are Jesus. They dying like Jesus did. No, they're not. They're not being crucified on no cross, but like they being ran down or attacked by white racist groups, or harmed. Everybody's coming together to destroy it. Yeah, that's what they try to. First they try to tell me, yeah, call me that, call me Jesus. Then whenever they start practicing the Freemasonry, try to call Jesus Satan, and this is how they practice against black people. If you have God in your spirit, and it goes all the way back to who you are as a black person, because they target certain people that have God in them. They'll try to make it look like it's you. You are the devil. And then they'll do mockery against Jesus and God and all that, and say, well, you are Jesus, you being crucified. They all doing that with witchcraft. That's a complete fucking lie. That's why Masonry is a fucking lie. But you won't let nobody tell you that because of what everybody been doing. Don't you see what it brings? When you see now, you try to mix, and what they do is they try to mix God with the devil. But when Masonry really took place, when it was all over the internet, all over Facebook, it was the same thing as Illuminati, Satan, demonic. People would go on Facebook, attacking each other, doing all kinds of stuff. I remember I was trying to help somebody, and that they had a demon in that person, or speaking through that person, acting like I was trying to bring harm. I'm trying to tell you everything gonna be all right. Do you know how many people try to come against me and say I wasn't? You lied on me. You were used by the devil for something terrible. And then people say, well, you need to go. That's not getting over it. That's acknowledging that's what happened. You can't make me stop saying that's what happened. You didn't want me to say it for a long time. There was so many groups and they was trying to get online. It's so crazy how that happened. That's how you understand it's the devil. And they did everything to say, well, Monica was doing it. Yes, I cussed you down and dirty. After ain't nobody checked and asked nothing, because they assumed, because they wanted to be that, because that's demonic. But initially what it was, it's going to be all right. I see you going through a lot. I could have said, you look like you fucking crazy on here. Why you keep talking about this fucking girl? I wasn't saying that. I say it's going to be all right. Because I can see, you know how you can sense something in somebody? Like, they might just need to hear that. That's God. What the devil was doing was attacking the God in me, using the devil in a lot of people, and calling me a false prophet when I am a prophet. I didn't even know it. And using everybody that was a false prophet and demonic and troublemakers, and saying it was me. That's how it happens. You turn it upside down. You take the person that has God in them, that is prophetic, and that's what they knew they were doing on their job. They had people that working with they know it's in you. They can sense it in their damn demonic spirit, because this is what their family practices. This is how they go through life, and this is how they think they control the world. By targeting people of God and then accusing them of being what they are. That's what you keep saying over and over again. But I remember everybody and their mama, they was just trying to get involved, and she always doing this to people. No, you didn't like the fact that I would say something back to people that were doing stuff online. And it was crazy. I used to see it all the time. Sometimes I would say something, sometimes I would. You would never acknowledge seeing that person trying to throw hate, because I was never the person throwing shade. Or you didn't like me saying anything, well, y'all should probably, and it was never that stupid. That stuff that you see now, oh my gosh. But it was taken in the neck. It was never that. I ain't never been that. But she always, you never say, and this is demonic. They'll act like they don't see, because the devil is controlling those people, or working through those people. This person trying to be funny, but you see me say something bad. So you know what I learned to do? Tag the fuck out them people. It ain't trying to be bad. It's letting you know I'm being direct. Since you want to accuse me of being what you are, you trying to hide it. You being two-faced. You telling these people over here, I'm this and I'm that. But you pretending to be my friend over here. People do that. You pretend to help me. That's how the CIA works. I'm helping you. I don't know where you're going to help me. You don't even know me. And on the other end of it, and they'll try to psych those people out. But initially going in, they know they did something negative towards you. And then they'll try something to come in and try to help them. And, oh, well, they helping. I'm going to help this person. No, you're not. That's the devil trying to say you trying to help me because you ain't even speaking to me. And what they doing, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the demonic stuff. Every time you say you help, that's not help. That's the devil. It's just something to make you feel like once you did something negative to me one time, then you can come around and say you helping me. And then this devil tell you that you're helping me, but you're really not. And the devil knows that. To help you because he wants to hurt me and help you. Anything that's going to attack God or a person of God, the devil loves that. So you can be a part of the CIA. I can't. Because I'm for God. You not. You're going to work against it. You know if you did something negative the first time, and then I turn around and tell you how it's affecting me or what it's doing, why am I experiencing memory loss? And you get in my memories and thinking you supposed to get online and act like me. That ain't you helping me. That's somebody trying to help you steal my fucking spirit. So instead of saying whatever happened to me, they're going to say it happened to you. So when they try to practice their fake version of this Bible occurring over and over again, it's power that's supposed to come from God. It comes from a person that's supposed to be given to a person that's prophetic. A person that serves God, a person that's been praying and they, a prophet has already, another prophet has already acknowledged you because you're not going to fully know. You're going to question, ask stuff. And it's going to take a prophetic person to help you become stronger and be prophetic. You're going to feel it and you're going to think it, but you're not going to know completely, or you're going to see that you said something was going to happen and it happened. You know that, but you still, if you're a person like me, you still really, really got to know. You need help from a person who's been doing it longer or already know the practice of God and how to identify God and how to spot the devil and how to fight the devil more than you when it first started happening. So that's what was happening to me. And it continues to happen. And they'll have these people saying that they helping you. They'll be beating on the wall, slamming doors, but they'll never come say nothing to you. Why are you beating on the fucking wall? If you have God, you'll know not to do that. You ain't helping nobody. You're not communicating to nobody. That's the devil working in you. It's to create conflict. I'm over here minding my business. I'm over here making a video talking about God or fighting the devil. You all in your house trying to get me evicted, which ain't gonna happen. By saying I'm talking too loudly in my apartment. What the fuck, Karen? You all up on the wall with the phone. You all trying to come by the door because you don't like what I'm talking about, and it's the truth. I don't care if you don't like the subject because you are white or you are Latino. It's happening. And it's happening to black people. I'm not going to stop talking about it because you fall in that category when it's killing black people. Are you fucking stupid? This is what they put in these white people and Latino people. This is to fight God. This is to fight you from talking about it. And then they'll try to give it to a person. They try to give it to that girl, Danny Lee. So she's on there acting, doing all the Satanist stuff because that's not of God. Because if you write numbers on your finger and saying you acting like somebody else, if I tell you it's demonic and it's negatively affecting somebody and it's calling the killing of people and people being caught up in the Freemasonry and so many black men have died. If you see that I said that and you continue to do it, and you reading the Bible, you don't see that nowhere in that Bible. God ain't ever going to tell you to do that. Where do you see that at? I knew it's demonic the minute I seen it. That is crazy. You practicing numbers and colors and everything. That is demonic. You don't know because you're not prophetic, because they're trying to put what's in me into you so you can use it because you're white against me. And it happened. I ain't going to go nowhere, but in you talking about you trying to, what? This so you can convert all the way back over and be completely controlled by demonic powers. You online trying to be cute, trying to now put on the most makeup in the world. Because you see me talking or joking back and forth with your baby daddy online. That's the devil in you. See me online and you doing kicks and punches at the air. That's the negative thing that she did. I put it on another video and I archived the video. Or I put it where only I can see the video because that's the type of person I am. You claiming you ain't trying to do nothing and da 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 da. Okay, let me put this. Because I'm not trying to be, of drama and trying to embarrass somebody but I am a person of God and I am a person and you're not going to be attacking me and me not say nothing about it, or the devil think I'm going to do what you want me to do so you can get what he wants you to get from me. Prancing around all of a sudden, a color that this stupid ass CIA is associating with me, you putting it on, you trying to fix your hair like me, and I'm telling you, your excuse is not accepted. I did it a lot. You don't see that in that Bible at all. You can pull. That's why I say I use the Bible as a foundation, because when you have God in you, you can see what if something is contradicting, what's demonic, what he was trying to put in there to confuse you. You can see what's in it that's not true. You're making you're trying to claim that you don't, but those people that have a certain spirit in them showed you one time already, and what the devil tries to do for white people, Latino people, anybody of a lighter complexion, is they always innocent. That's why they allowed to be in the CIA. That's all you see, really, that's thriving in the CIA. They tried to put me in the CIA, and it was against me. Trying to harm my body every 5 minutes, trying to do this, and somebody had did something. Well, regardless, you trying to attack my uterus and trying to do all this, and it's never working. All I'm gonna do is feel the pain. But if you speak to prophetic women, certain pastors, they feel the stuff all the time. That's what they do. That's the devil trying to attack you at all times, because you don't want me to produce kids, because they're gonna be kids that are godly. To the point where you practice demonization on my child and try to kill him. You did it both. Because they have God in them and they're not retarded. Because when you practice Satanism, your kids end up retarded. Or when they put Satanism, but when you practice it, and white people been doing it over and over and over and over again, and not all of them. I'm not gonna say, but it's a lot of them. Sometimes they don't even know because it's white supremacy. So I'm trying to help all of you. I'm putting demons in all of you that be against black people. I'm putting this in all of you, CIA and all of you, so I can try to spy on these people and lie on these people. We fighting wars. White against black, using people on jobs and around in the community so I can tell lies on these people. I think I can get them kicked out of places, fired from jobs. That's what be going on. That's your warfare. And then they swear. That's why I be looking at people and just, that's what, look like, are you serious? And you can tell who has the devil in them, because they always feel like they're supposed to be doing something that only God can do. Telling people what to do. How to live. If ain't nobody telling you not to be harming people, you can't be telling people what color to put on today, how to wear their clothes, who to have sex with, when they can have sex. That's the devil. That ain't God. When you can have sex, no, that's the devil. That's only something God can do. When you see people that be trying to do that, and even a person that is of God that's they only gonna advise you. They're not gonna try to force you to do anything. Anybody trying to control you, that is the devil. I know I play music. I have a one of those little what you call them, little stereos I always had. A JBL thing. I always get one. Because it get pretty loud, but not too loud. Like, there's no way in an apartment it can ever get too loud where it's disturbing the peace in another apartment. You know, I turn that thing on in my bathroom while I go in the shower. And I had somebody banging on my wall. It can only go so loud. So I tell them, knock on the fucking door instead of banging on the wall. If you would have knocked on my door and said, that is too loud, I'm trying to sleep, guess what Monica was going to do? Probably turn it down. I ain't trying to keep you up. I don't believe it for 1 minute because it was nowhere near being up. You can't even turn that thing too loud. Like it's a little, and it's not turned. It was nowhere near turned all the way up. That's how you know people just be doing shit. But you'll see like somebody say something somewhere where they think they doing something to you, and you trying to be big and bad. Oh yeah, you gonna be homeless, or you gonna be They didn't try to work witchcraft on you. And they got people like around you doing that. Bitch, I'ma say you was homeless again. You was homeless for a reason. I've never relied on a man for everything. My parents, this is something that black, and I don't care how you take it. As a black woman, especially within my family, we were always pushed to do as best you can in school, to go to college, to make a career. So whenever you do meet someone, both of y'all have a career. So y'all can do, you add into each other. I wanted to do it anyway. If you decide to have kids and stop for a while, if you want to raise your kids, because you can do that, or both of y'all can work. I don't understand how a person can, and this I'm only saying this because they like trying to compare you to them or compare you with people. And they be wanting you to feel sorry for these women that are not black. In some kind of way, they're supposed to be with a man that has money, but the minute you say that, you're a gold digger, but really they're the gold digger. Because you won't better yourself before you're going to look for somebody better. You won't be doing nothing. And I probably wouldn't even say that if you was if they weren't trying to group you with black men and only black men with money. And I say that not saying I want nobody, because I think you know by my post by now if you paid attention to my post. But what they was doing was trying to harm me for a ton of these women. They put them in the CIA, to put every color they try to associate with me. That's Satanism. They getting online posing it. This is what they use in the CIA, and they really doing it. That's why when you look at Hollywood, you only see, well, not only see, you see so many white girls or girls that's not black with black men who make money or who are rich, because the government is doing that. They don't want your black, because then that's two black people, and that's equal in a black family. But they had them putting on every color, and then I actually seen these girls online. This CIA, they fraud in different faces. When I say fraud, having somebody else's face, and this is just because I heard that, you hear that mess, and that's what it said. That ain't my words. That's just, but you see them with a different face, like making them appear to look like somebody else. That's who they out in the world being into. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. I got it. I think I'm gonna post it. A screenshot of a Latino girl with a Jamaican color. This how you know it was me. Everything associated with me. A Jamaican with the green, the red, and the yellow bathing suit. They'll have braids in their hair. They have their hair done like black girls have it. They'll have, any status that a black girl created that originated, in black culture. They'll have that. They'll have them hanging with a crowd of black, not even black. They'll have them with black men, and they'll be acting. It's so crazy, because this is how they try to control the world and control who is with who. I didn't know it, so I ended up seeing my son with a Dominican girl. What the fuck is going on? And I saw the acting. Once you see it, it's like a light, a Luciferian light. That's why I said for acting to take place, Freemasonry and all that has to take place, and like Satan has to come and try to like be over the world. That's why y'all didn't know what was going on. I did, because I seen all of it happen. They needed me for some reason. Well, I ain't gonna say some reason, but yeah, I had to find that out. But Luciferian. So like, well, Lucifer lies and tries to say he's God. That's what y'all hear in masonry. That's why everybody's acting and practicing masonry, and that ain't God. That's Lucifer. You can see it because they try to change the light, be like a lighter. That's why I say, and like the CIA little star that's associated with Luciferianism. That's how you get the demonic magic that y'all thought was God. But we had to do demonic things to get access to it. So I saw that when I traveled to Miami. Because stuff was just on me and doing stuff. And I think I was trying to go down to see that pastor for the first time. And I did go down there. But on the way down there, I found something out. Or you going on the other side. You ever hear Hollywood with, what's the white girl that sung that song? Hello from the other. She was talking about something. I never knew it was true. Drake used to tell you a lot of stuff too. Go back and listen to his old music. It's true. And they'll be in these people where they think they not doing it. I don't know. But they be using the Illuminati on these people too, and they try to make it look like, I don't know. Because I don't know, it was attacking me, so I ain't trying to take up for no Drake. But I do know a lot of times some people don't sell their souls to the devil. A lot of times, certain people don't. Sometimes people were. But if they were doing a lot of demonic stuff. That's what was going on in Hollywood. That's why Diddy thought he was going to get away with that stuff he was doing to people and trying to control people and for so long, because they give you these Illuminati powers to control people, and they just think people start thinking they're invincible until you start getting a lot of people to practice God on them. And it ain't gotta be that Bible, but if you can choose, like, out of that Bible, try to get truth out of it and what's of God. Yeah. But that's basically, I saw stuff you would never. I saw the CIA. It's a whole weird ass demonic world. When I say world, I ain't leaving this world and going to. It's a realm. You know how you hear pastors say realm. But you start seeing the truth. You start seeing all of it. You're not even seeing it actually is going on. Like if it's covered, like somebody was trying to take all my covering off of me so I would suffer. And I ain't even gonna say covering, we were living in a world where you couldn't see the spiritual things that older people used to talk about. I started seeing it when I started like going through all that. Like they was trying to take everything. Like I feel like something took place in this world where people had fought against the devil for so long, so where you were seeing it because the devil couldn't control. Like more people were practicing God and practicing the devil, but they start convincing more and more people to do witchcraft and use it. You can get ahead with this. You can use it for that. We can put it on the TV. We can try to control these people. We can convince it. What's going on? And that's why Hollywood had all those fires and all that stuff, and then the mountains up where people used to go all the time in Tennessee. Those fires up there, those people where people be making a lot of money and practicing Satanism, and you see houses and stuff that most of the houses a normal working class person can't afford. Satanism is going on because those people get access to money, and they are the only ones. They're trying to exclude other groups out and that's how you end up with more people being homeless and more people looking like they're going crazy. They're not going crazy. They under attack. And if you are a person of God, you're supposed to be praying for those people and praying that they get better, not gossiping about them. I don't know. But I've never been one of those people. going crazy. I couldn't sleep. That's witchcraft. I couldn't eat, or I lost a lot of weight. That was witchcraft. Some people were trying to say something else. That's all that could be written on my documents. Oh, and I said I could see something on TV. Didn't I tell you they was doing demonic stuff using television? And you know it. Walt Disney was a Freemason. And I saw that on there, not saying, oh, that's what actors are really. That's the first time you probably came in contact with acting. Hey, if you ever went to Disney World and you heard those voices that just seem like they are, it's just too, it's a perfect singing. It just sounds like it's, I don't know, it's just, some people can do it, but they do it so much, and not all of them, I'm not gonna say all of them have it in them, but they had it in Walt Disney, they had it in Hollywood, where it's just, it sounds artificial. They use AI for it. Like, it's so precise, so clear, it sounds like it's coming from a speaker, but it's coming out of someone's mouth. That's active. And you can't, that's why I tell people to please stop acting, because if you can get rid of that, you can get rid of demonic stuff getting into a lot of people on a level to where it spreads and spreads and spreads. But it's really when the acting is mixed with masonry. But I can say this, okay. You know what? The devil gets on my nerves. It's funny. The devil can sit and watch you learn something by experiencing it and being around it, and then try to come over you. This is the devil trying to pretend he's God. Like, you're not guiding me on what I'm telling these people. It's the funniest thing. Try to say it before you can say it out of your mouth. That is. So anyway, I was gonna say, somebody was, in order to help some people out within the CIA, they were using acting, and it still went all, it was helping if they had, but it was the source of the help was coming from the soul of a person that was killed unjustly, and placing that Freemasonry, this they're using this as a power source, the power, all they sorcery and witchcraft and stuff, and then they try to mix it up in Freemasonry and try to, for me, because I was tied in, because they was trying to use me too and using witchcraft on me and my mind and stuff. If you was knowing what somebody had on their mind a little bit or something, it was demonic stuff going on, and sorcery and psychic and CIA stuff going on. But it was always funny because, I don't know, people never tell knowing the truth of it, but y'all know that was going on. It wasn't no prophet and God doing it. It was demonic stuff going on. It was for you to know some of my thoughts or what was going on in my life. He wasn't even knowing that, though. Well, you would know that stuff was going on around me. Some people wouldn't know that. But it wasn't. It would be like a little truth and a lot of lie. I don't know. And sometimes if the person was involved with God, and like a person of God that practiced God, that probably goes to a good church, because the devil tries to make you say churches, like going to church is going to give you God. Going to church and serving God, or not even, because some churches, it's not used. That ain't what's going on. I had to learn that whenever this first happened to me, so that's why I avoid saying, going to church. And then the Bible says you're supposed to become the church, so that's the church. When you serving God and you spreading God and you helping this next person learn what to do what to avoid, how to perfect if they have a gift from God, how if you have a gift, how to perfect it or make it better, make it stronger, get more accurate, where it can help more people, so they won't make mistakes with it. Or if you don't have a gift, if you just a person who will pray for people, that's important too. But some people don't know how to just pray for people. But anyway, that's church. That's supposed to be, and I'm not even, because the devil uses churches. So, I'm gonna say that's how you carry the Spirit of God. That's how you spread God. That's how you make the world. That's how you can change a demonic world, and that's how you can get rid of witchcraft just by doing that. But you gotta make sure you're not gossiping. Gossip is horrible. It's not to make nobody feel it brings on the worst form of demonic attacks. The devil is operating through you for some of the worst attacks against some of God's most important. When I say that's not placed on the person that's to deliver you the most important message, you helping get rid of that, or avoid it, or you fighting it. It's bad I gotta say it like that, because people are too focused on being against you than helping you spread God or helping God. And that's what I say, as a person, you gotta, if you serving God, you gotta, it's not for you to be trying to critique the next person. It's for you to be trying to help God fight the devil and getting rid of that, so innocent people won't be harmed, and demonic people, they won't practice Satanism and be out here rewarding people who are demonic and who spread hate and who do all this stuff, who pose as not being those people and put on the front and make it appear that way, or those women we're talking about, those Muslim people we're talking about, while hurting the same race of people or hurting the same people. You can be a white person too, which everybody knows that. I don't know why I said that, but because people try to make sense, I talk about, because that's who's been under attack, and it's not I'm not gonna talk about this based on your feelings. I'm gonna do it based on who they're trying to harm, who they are constantly trying to kill. They're not trying to kill you, unless you serving God and you helping those people and you stopping it. But I don't even at this. They really not even. They used to do it, but they still not really even trying to kill those white people, because it's right now is black, I'm trying to take everything black that is serving God, that is trying to promote black unity, that's trying to get people on the right track of serving God to get rid of the devil. So yeah. If you gonna get online and make jokes and talk about people, and it's funny, I see people online, I'll be doing these podcasts. You can never mix Satanism with God. Like, you mixing that, girl, just sit down. You harming everything. You messing up everything. And then people that do that, I don't know how you don't know. You doing Satanist practices if you reading the Bible. And you know it, and you know God so much that you say you know. Well, you should. I don't know how you don't know. But it's people out here doing it. And they'll be trying to come against you. They'll be trying to talk about you and don't know what kind of sacrifices you done went through that they benefited from. And they out here trying to get the biggest bag. I'm all for you to get your money, but not by serving the devil. Not at the harm or the expense of a prophet. It's not for you to be sitting there trying to act like them and then tell their stories. God don't ever want you to do that. First of all, you're not going to tell what actually happened. You're not going to tell what's actually going on. You're going to be sitting there believing some lies and some truth and swirling it around, and you got Americanized Christianity, and you got you got people walking around. You can see the results of that. We don't need no more of that. But yeah.